Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another week where we're going to talk about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 9, Episode 2, Cue the dramatic intro. So, second episode of the season, and you know what we're going to talk about first? Where is Mona getting this budget for these dramatic yet anticlimactic scenes where we reveal things that everybody kind of was already okay with just knowing? Like Karlie Redd already being married and being married for a year. That was not the biggest news ever. And the way they set it up, they made it way too easy to guess because we're sitting over here like, what died? What died? What died? What happened? What are we doing here? Why is she calling all her friends here? The death of her marriage? All right, Mona. Now, from there, not only that, we learned that Arkansas and Mo having prostitutes in the bed, and we've got pictures. I think Arkansas and Mo was doing a whole lot more that was divorceable other than prostitutes, like curfews. I wish somebody would give me a curfew. No. And then on top of that, I don't know if it was like bad editing, but it seemed really sudden that she was just like, I know I'm not the only woman that deals with this. And we're like, yeah, you're not. You're definitely not. I know this is a lot, but you know what? You're right. You're not. Time for a divorce. Which I'm glad she's getting. You know, I'm glad that Rashida's there to stick by her side and everything. And Rashida knows her friend. You know, Rashida is holding her down. Rashida is doing what Rashida does best, really by being like the anchor of the entire show. So very much so here for that. Now, the other thing on the flip side is that she still got drama sneaking in through like Alexis Sky and her former relationship with Arkansas Mo. So this whole thing, I guess, like from last episode, we saw them get into a fight because Karlie Redd had said something about I'm gonna spit on your mama, you, your baby, your niece, your nephew, your goldfish, your pet frog, all of the above. To me personally, pretty justified to, you know, tear somebody up. You never, ever bring someone's family into it. So totally justified in what she thought. Like, I'm right here with her, right here. Wasn't the time or place. I'm glad that Akbar told Alexis that. Just wasn't the time or place for that. But you know what? As soon as I was like, oh, okay, you know what? It makes sense. You know, I get it. Now, the other thing though is that, you know, of course, going into this episode, we get to see the fact that Karlie and Alexis meet up, you know, in a very Love and Hip Hop way, because now they're really just starting to run out of places and coffee shops and restaurants to meet up in, so we're meeting in a boxing ring. Solid. But through this whole conversation, they made up, they blamed it on the Henny, you know, of course, as all these arguments do that cap off, and, you know, all these confrontations that now we're cool now end as. But are we just gonna ignore the fact that, like, Karlie never actually apologized for the jacked up stuff that she said? And then she just kind of kept talking crap afterwards. But then she's like, she kind of did like one of those like, oh yeah. You know, I see why you wanted to beat me up. But this is why I said what I said and everything. You know, I get it and everything because, you know, we got jumped and apparently the guys that, you know, jumped us and took my bags, my Fendi, my Gucci, my Louis, my Prada, all of that stuff. They were doing it. They were your family, and they put a gun in my head and all this type of stuff, which still isn't really clear if like they were actually connected to Alexis, but that's a whole nother thing. I'm kind of tired of people just leaving in gaps and stuff and not being completely thorough and concise, but whatever. So apparently these people were with Alexis because Arkansas Mo was kind of doing a whole Ponzi scheme with her family. Messed up. Okay, just a scamming guy. Not here for it. But I'm like, okay, y'all are gonna have issues later in the season, but whatever. So then, but from there now, Karlie doesn't just have issues with Alexis, she now has issues also with Ciara. So we're gonna talk about that. Now, Ciara's got this whole court case, and you know, pause. Are we just please, y'all, leave a comment below as far as what y'all thought about Shooter pulling the ultimate pump fake of this entire episode by pulling up to the courthouse. Like, after all last week when he said, I ain't snitching, I ain't telling nothing, I swear I need to see memes of shooters doing this face. Hilarious. But he still pulled up. We all saw him come around the pillar and everything. We were like, what? He came to the courthouse? And what? But he was like, yeah, I'm here to support you from out here. You know, I'm gonna see you go in. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna wait out here till you come out. If that was not the ultimate pump fake, and I felt so bad for Ciara, and I understood her being upset about that, because that's literally somebody bringing you all the way up here and surprising you and then being like, you thought. So it's like, yeah, that was a lot. Now, Ciara's court case, we don't know which courtroom it was supposed to be in. Karlie's having trouble getting to it and everything. It's courtroom 5D, A, B, C, D, E, element of P. Who knows? Whichever one. It's still not clear whether she did make it or didn't make it, which is messed up. Because I don't know about y'all, but if I'm going to court for a traffic ticket, I am at that courtroom. I'm at that courthouse. I know exactly where I need to be. Low key, at least 30 minutes. 45 minutes. I don't know. I went to court for a traffic ticket one time, and you know what? I'm not doing anything. Never again. It made me feel like crap. So it's like, if I'm going to a court case about anything, if I'm going to a courthouse, all of this whole thing, I'm there early. So poor planning on Karlie's part, you know, miscommunications, whatever, what have you. I get it. Still messed up because your friend needs you. Your friend needs you. Like, you are literally the only person that she could count on to be there and testify for her and on her side. You dropped the ball. But now it's that, you know, there's a rumor that she didn't even really want to testify anyways, and she missed it on purpose, and this whole thing. It all comes to a head at this party where she basically like, oh, well, you need me. And, you know, Ciara was never a friend to me, no way. And why do I got to support her? And I had all these events that she never came to, and this, and this, and everything. You know what, Karlie? 2 wrongs don't make a right. Why do you always do this? You always take, when you do something wrong, okay, we're not going to just ignore the fact that my cat is like really scratching. Like, he's like he's really going in there. Okay, anyways. So, Karlie does this every season. She literally does something wrong. Somebody says something to her, and all of a sudden it turns into, well, you weren't my friend anyways, and, you know, I don't have to be there for you, and you know what? You need me more than I need you. All realistically saying that's like, that doesn't make what you did wrong just go away. I feel like it's like an ultimate distraction and an ultimate diversion to get us away from like, oh, Karlie did something wrong. It's that, no, oh, I did something wrong? well, you know what? You've always did this wrong. You've always did this wrong. Girl, you ain't never complained about Ciara not coming to any events and all this stuff ever before. But now all of a sudden said she never supported me and this and this. Come on, my guy. Come on. But it's too much for TV. We could spend 60 days, 60 nights sitting here just talking about how contradictory, drama-seeking, theatrical, and too much for TV that Karlie Redd is. But we're not gonna do that. Next time on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Now, we got to see this episode, the Love and Hip Hop debut of my girl, Light Skin Keisha. Absolutely love her so much. Think she's a dope rapper. So much here for it. Follow her on Instagram, especially if like you want to just see people that are just dumb funny on top of being talented rappers. She's hilarious, okay? Her and her dude, hilarious. Now, she has this whole intro and everything. Up and coming artist in Atlanta, very much so here for it. She's connected to Young Jock, all these guys and everything that she's known from the music industry. And apparently her and her dude come as a package deal, which I think is dope. You know, y'all should really kind of just be very much so involved in each other and each other's success. I'm all here for all of the Black love, okay? Amazing. But there's a whole thing where I guess there's this floating around issue that Bambi, Scraps girl, has with Light Skin Keisha, because Bambi's trying to do this whole ultimate girl power thing where I guess her homegirl dated Light Skin Keisha's current boyfriend, and Light Skin Keisha came into the picture while they were still dating and whatever, whatnot. You know, things overlap in life. But it's a whole lot of riding that Bambi is doing for her friend, which I get it. I get it. But I'm going to tell y'all one thing. If this girl, Amy, Bambi's friend, does not show up this entire season and like give us her side and doesn't do this whole little drama spell, I will be disappointed. Because it's going to make me feel like Bambi did all of this riding and all this girl power stuff just for a fabricated storyline, you know? And that also takes me to the one point where it's like, look, at the end of the day, all this whole thing is a whole bunch of TV stuff anyways, right? Now, there's two things that were really an issue here as far as like this whole looming gray cloud with Bambi and Light Skin Keisha, and that's Scrappy's part of it. Now, Scrappy, I guess, had a song with Light Skin Keisha. He posted and deleted it and everything because he was trying to ride for his woman, because his woman don't like Light Skin Keisha, and you know, it's kind of a thing where if I don't like her, you don't like her. Don't you make a song with her? Don't you post it? Da, 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 da. Girl, that's bad for business. At the end of the day, at some point, you gotta be like, you know what? That's not my cross to bear. I might not mess with her, but you know what? If you already did the song, it's already too late. Go make the money off of it. Okay? Ain't they baby still like a baby? Ain't he still like a child in diapers? Make the money, okay? Let it go. It's not like it was your relationship. Like I said, if this girl Amy doesn't show up, I'll be disappointed. Because that would make for good TV. Now, from here, we also still got Mama D in here, because Scrappy just got so much on his plate. He's trying to look out for all the women in his life. And you know what? I'm very much so here for it, because it is wonderful to see a Black man care so much about the women in his life, no matter what. And we get to watch Jock, you know, being an Uber driver. Hilarious. Hilarious. And they go over to Mama D's house and everything, check up on her and stuff because she had surgery, all this type of stuff. And great, I get it. And you know who else we see? We get to see Ernest. That, you know, unpopular opinion. I really, really, really love their marriage because they crack me up in the most like old, like uncle and auntie, like Black family kind of way, where it's like you can't really take them seriously, but if they show up to the cookout, you are right there cracking up at every single thing they're doing because they get into a petty argument about nothing at all. And it's entertaining, okay? I could watch that all day. Now, they get there And, you know, Scrap is doing the whole thing, trying to hold it down, make sure she's not drinking because that's still a very serious thing. And she went over here to plead to Jock, was having a surprise party and all this type of stuff, which tees it up for next week where we finally get to see if it's really cola that she's drinking. First of all, I'm from Pittsburgh, we call it pop. It's cola. I don't really think I've ever said the word cola in my life until filming this video. But okay, so we get to find that out as well as another whole slew of things that were unanswered. Because I still am waiting to see a lot of the drama that we really got teased with this whole season. Because it seemed kind of good. This week's episode kind of dry. It was really just Karlie focused, and quite frankly, I was tired of Karlie Redd. Very tired. Because I'm telling you, if you have a friend like that that's that just completely narcissistic, where every single thing, it doesn't matter how wrong they do, that they're somehow the ones that were done wrong in the whole grand scheme of things. Because if you see, even for the previews for next week, Ciara's like, look, I want to move on, whatever, something, you know, we can still be friends, you know, whatever, what have you, who knows, we don't really know the whole conversation yet. But Karlie over here like, well, my friend is Karma and she gets everybody. Who did anything wrong to you? You're upset? You're upset because it got a little physical, because you were upset because you got caught in the whole thing and there's all this confrontation. Now you're upset. So whatever happened then completely supersedes all the stuff that you did. I'm like, I was tired. So if anything, we're just gonna have to see with next week. I just know one thing. I don't want, out of the 30 minutes of Love and Hip Hop, I don't want 27 of them to be about Karlie Redd and all of her mess. I'm over it. Can we get something else? So please feel free to leave some comments below and everything. Tell me what you thought about this week's episode. Tell me some of the things that you guys noticed, if you want to chat about some other things, because overall this season looks like it could be good if they just take a break off of certain things and, you know, give other people a chance to sign and show us some other things as well. Now, please like, subscribe, let me know anything in the comments as well. Want to hear from you guys. And if anything else, also follow all of my other social medias down below. I'm always on Instagram and everything, so feel free to check up on me there and really keep in touch with me. Look for a video with me later this week about a couple of other things. And